Could you perhaps tell a bit more about what kind of actual data you are using when you share information? Because we are talking, of course, in the context of this course about big data. So we talk about data that is combined in different formats, that is even being produced live all the time. So the question would be, do you use this kind of data? How do you combine it? How do you use it?
Well, then I would have to put up another example, which is the flooding experience, which we did together with Safety Regions and the water boards in the Netherlands and some international European programs. There we used a flooding scenario as a reference, like I said before. And during that event, we used information from satellites, so an overview of a map coming from a spatial view. We used information about water heights coming from a European source. We used information on the location of vehicles and ships that are used by the first responders. And we combine this information, and every time sharing information and making it visible on a map is, from our experience, the best way of sharing this information and making it available to a lot of people and a lot of stakeholders in their own context, using their own map, sharing information. And you could say that is big data because there are a lot of ships available and a lot of people involved. So using the location of assets is one big data thing we always use.
And why can you convince in this context the stakeholders to cooperate?
Well, the nice thing about big calamities is that there's life at stake. And the law is behind us in the Netherlands, at least, because we have to share information during such an event. So then the law is behind us. But also people understand that, for instance, if I'm a captain of a ship, a hinterland ship, an inland shipping company, and I say, I don't want to share information about what my cargo is, how many people are aboard, because the government is always trying to look at me, am I within the rules? But if my ship is on fire, are a good way for innovation. So using these events for innovation.
You are planning 24 initiatives until 2024. And I would be interested in the question of how these 24 initiatives of your company will change the situation of this part of the port in the coming 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. Well, first I have to explain what we mean by initiatives. Actually, our initiatives are actually testing grounds, and we are planning 24, maybe less, maybe more, real-life testing grounds in the next decade. And for instance, we've started a testing ground, an experience and expertise environment on circular economy. We are doing that with the city of De Briel. And in this experience environment, we are testing and building experience on how will a circular economy be accomplished. And then we have another initiative, which we have in Delft, which is based on smart manufacturing. We're actually building a big hall where all facilities for manufacturing new prototypes are in one place. That's the second one. And we have another one right here, which will focus on sharing digital information. So we will have 24 locations within the region of The Hague and Rotterdam, where we can actually, we have a look and feel on what innovation is about. And we can do testing, and we can do build experience on making innovation go towards an operational situation.
Do I understand it correctly that the sort of way that all these initiatives combine is that you are after what we call responsible innovation and even contributing to circular economy?
Yeah, because all the initiatives are based on safety, but not especially physical safety, but food safety, energy safety, and water safety. Because in this region, these three topics are hot topics. Water, obviously, we are living below the sea, so water safety and also the quality of water is very important to us. But also, we have a shortage on raw materials, we have a shortage on food in the future, we have a shortage on energy. So in this region, we want to do innovation on to solve these kind of social issues, which concern not only the people in the Netherlands, but people living all over the world. And especially because we're living in the Delta region here, which we have a big main port, and a lot of people and a lot of industry, a lot of people living here and industry founded on this location. The innovation that we can accomplish here, we can sell towards the world, and that's where the economics are involved.